In case it's your first time here, hi, my name is Sid. And a lot of you have been asking me this question whether or not you should be buying a Samsung Galaxy S5 in the year 2016 or not. Probably because I do certain kind of videos here at 91 Mobiles where I review a slightly older smartphone and compare it to modern day devices. And Galaxy S5 is being sold at a very good price right now. You can get a new one for around 16,000 rupees and an older one with refurbished manufacturer warranty at as low as 13,000 rupees in India. And if you're joining us from a different part of the globe, in your country too, it may have received a price drop. So I borrowed this phone from a friend of mine and I used it for a couple of days. And before you disregard this for being a 2-year-old device, let me tell you one thing. In the course of this video, there would be certain points where you will be tempted to buy this phone. But the question is, should you be buying one? Well, let me answer that for you now. Now, this is not going to be my typical review video where I show you the device and I tell you about it and I show you the shots as well because my friend needed the phone back. I had to give the phone back to him. However, what I'll do is I'll quickly tell you about each of the relevant sections and I'll tell you my verdicts for them. Alright? So let's get started. Let's first start with the designing here. Now, if you compare Samsung Galaxy S5 to its modern day counterparts, the S6 and the S7, the designing is not that attractive. It comes with a plastic design, it has a back which has, bandage-like structures, if I may say so. It's a dotted pattern on the back. It does not have glass. However, there are certain things here that may tempt you to buy this one. Firstly, Galaxy S6 was not waterproof. Galaxy S5 comes with IP67 protection that makes it both dust and waterproof. Secondly, though the back is plasticky, it also comes out. It is replaceable along with the battery. And this is a feature that you will not find in the S6 or the S7. Also, there are certain perks of using a plastic bag. If you drop your S6 or an S7 on the ground, chances are it'll shatter. If you drop your S5 on the ground, it might crack, but it can be replaced. So, there are certain things here in the designing that you need to pay attention to. Apart from that, let's talk about display now. The phone comes with a 5.1-inch display, which is a rarity in this era of phablets, where every device starts from a 5.5-inch screen. But more so, it's the quality of this display that boggles your mind. It's a 5.1-inch Full HD Super AMOLED display. The same technology that you would find on a Samsung Galaxy S7 or the new Note, Super AMOLED. It means that the phone can get a lot brighter, the contrast ratio are excellent, the whites are white, the blacks are blacker. So the display quality is actually very nice. Coming to performance now, it is a 2-year-old phone, which means obviously it has a 2-year-old processor. It has on board an Exynos 5 5422 processor. It's an octa-core processor, which in terms of benchmarks outperforms the Snapdragon 801 CPU. Now, the reason I bring Snapdragon 801 up is because phones like ZUK Z1, phones like Oneplus X in the same range give you the same processor. So, what I'm trying to say is that Samsung Galaxy S5 might give you an equal and may even give you better performance than a ZUK Z1 or a Oneplus X. However, the phone has a gig less of RAM. It comes with 2 GB of RAM. The peers are now offering at least 3. Talking about the gaming for a while, I did play a couple of games on my friend's phone and not even at one moment I felt in my Asphalt 8 rampage that the phone is underperforming. Samsung Galaxy S5 handles all the games well. The processor is decent enough. Now let's talk about the software. Samsung Galaxy S5 was launched when KitKat was around. However, the phone has recently received a Marshmallow update, which means that your phone is upgradable to Marshmallow, and not many phones can say this in this price bracket. Moreover, if you are a software developer, if you are a hardcore Android user, if you like to root your phone and if you like to mod your phone, a lot of support is available for Samsung Galaxy S5. You can install a Cyanogen mod on it, you can install a Pandroid ROM on it, you can even install MIUI on it. It is very popular. Also, if you are a fan of the stock TouchWiz UI, it is very colorful, it's very bubbly, it is kiddish, it's not as streamlined as you will find on an S6 or an S7. However, it still comes with those useful features like the dual screen mode, the multi-window mode, the pop-up widgets. Talking about the cameras now, I believe that Galaxy S5 has one of the best cameras in this price bracket. It is a 16 megapixel rear camera with optical image stabilization and 4K video recording, and the quality is superb. I'll show you some samples that I've clicked from his phone in just a while, but the front camera is not that adequate. It is only 2 megapixels, which may be fine for video calls and all. However, the selfie queens would be disappointed. Here are some camera samples for you to judge. Talking about storage, the phone comes with 16GB internal memory, which is thankfully expandable to 256GB more using a micro SD card. And this micro SD card slot was absent in both the Galaxy S6 and the Note 5. Talking about the battery now, the phone has a 2800 mAh battery, which is more battery than you will find on the Galaxy S6. And the best part about this phone's battery is that it is replaceable. And my friend told me that he gets around 10 to 12 hours of battery with moderate usage on Galaxy S5, which is not a bad thing. And last thing that I want to discuss about the S5 are some extra features. We have discussed waterproofness, we have discussed removable battery, we have discussed micro SD card expansion. But apart from that, this phone has an IR blaster, which is, and it is the last Samsung Galaxy S phone to have this feature. This phone has a heart rate monitor, which you find on the new Galaxy S6 and the S7. And this phone has a USB 3.0 support, which means that the data copying speed between your computer and your phone would be faster. Again, a feature that was absent in the Samsung Galaxy S6. Plus, you get on this phone a fingerprint scanner, which is not as accurate or as convenient as on the modern day devices. However, the presence of this feature alone sets it apart from phones like Oneplus X or Moto X Play, which at the same price bracket do not even have this feature. So with all these praises now, you would think that I would recommend you the Samsung Galaxy S5 in 2016, right? No. And the reason for that is a 2-character alphanumeric answer, 4G. Samsung Galaxy S5 does not support 4G bands in India. You do get 3G, however, with peers offering LTE at the same price, Samsung Galaxy S5 to me at least feels inadequate. And if 4G is not important to you, then too, Xiaomi Mi 4, the 64GB variant, is a better buy than the S5 in my opinion, with its better battery life and 1 gig of extra RAM. However, you can still use it as a secondary phone, or you can still use it as a phone if you travel a lot, a standby phone. But as a primary phone, there are better ones available. So that sums up my opinion on the Samsung Galaxy S5 for 2016. If you have any questions or comments to make, there is a box below for that. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. By the way, I'm now on Twitter, so you can follow me there at Sidoholic and we'll chat over there as well. Meanwhile, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends. My name is Sid. Keep seeing me.